Should you invest in organic or paid search? That's the false choice hurting B2B pipeline in 2026. And the problem is some B2Bs still treat SEO and Google Ads as separate channels with siloed teams who don't share insights. But the B2Bs generating the most pipeline for the lowest acquisition costs treat marketing as an ecosystem where every channel enhances the others. So today I'm going to walk you through a three-step ecosystem marketing playbook that makes your organic and paid channels work together so performance compounds. Let's start with why this either-or mentality is so destructive for B2B marketers. So first, it's just the wrong question. Somebody asked me last year on a podcast if marketers should bet on SEO or Google Ads for growth. And my response was neither. And the reason is I've seen it lead so many B2Bs into what I'd call like unnecessary doom spirals. So doom spiral number one, they go all in on Google Ads. They're burning all their budget, targeting in-market prospects, but not building any long-term demand. And that can work for a little bit, but eventually they hit a point where CAC becomes unsustainable because there's a finite amount of existing demand on Google Ads, so you can't scale it forever. And then doom spiral number two is the complete opposite. So they go all in on organic, and so they're publishing new content every week and building backlinks and promising execs the results will come in 6 to 12 months. They just need to be patient. But then when they do finally start ranking, they realize that they didn't choose the right keywords, and all that hard work actually led to a 0% lift in pipeline. And that's why it's so difficult to prove, because it's not there. And so with the blended search approach, you treat both of them as a feedback loop where they actually enhance each other. You'll start out by testing high intent keywords on Google Ads first to quickly establish what converts to pipeline and revenue. Then you can build your organic search strategy around keywords you know will convert in the future once your SEO strategy starts paying dividends. And this isn't a process that we just recommend to clients. It's actually the same strategy that we run ourselves. So organic search is our highest ROI channel, literally by miles. Like it's not even close. We got there by running on a blended search strategy and targeting keywords we knew would pay off. With that out the way, let's dive into the mechanics of why this strategy is so effective. So first, paid accelerates insight collection. So when you run paid search campaigns, you get immediate feedback. It's possible to test 10 different keyword themes, as an example, over a 30 to 90 day period and see exactly which ones convert to pipeline and which ones don't. You can then take that data to inform your SEO strategy. So instead of spending 6 months building content that doesn't work, you spend 30 to 90 days testing keywords in paid, then you know with certainty which are worth the longer term organic investment. Number two, the organic presence actually reduces paid costs to some degree over time. So once you rank for your paid high intent keywords on organic, you can actually reallocate some of that spend to finding new high intent keyword opportunities you're not already ranking for on either paid or organic. And then that cycle above just starts repeating itself. So you're finding new high intent paid keywords that then become the next batch of high intent organic keywords. And that just compounds the whole system over time. So number three is that you can even introduce paid and organic social into the mix to elevate both paid and organic search. So ecosystem marketing is not just limited to those channels. With paid and organic social activity, alongside all the other stuff you're doing, like events and podcasts and all that stuff, you start generating that long-term demand, which is going to increase the number of monthly brand searches that you get. And so since you're pretty much guaranteed to rank for your brand name keywords, this activity also improves your non-brand SEO strategy too, since brand strength is one of Google's ranking signals for non-brand keywords. Now we've covered the problem and the solution, let's talk through a practical playbook for how you can actually implement this blended search approach. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is start by building your paid search validation engine. What that's going to look like is first identifying the target keyword theme. So I recommend to jump into a platform like Ahrefs, SEMrush. I don't have a preference for either. I think they're both great tools. You can then go in there and use their keyword finder tools to build a set of what we call transactional and commercial keywords. So these are the keywords that those platforms have identified as having some form of buying intent behind them. For most B2Bs, this is going to be keywords related to like your product category or your core product features, anything with a modifier like software, solution, platform, or tool. It's a pretty good indication there's some buying intent behind the search term just because there's so much specificity there. As you're building out this list of keyword themes, I would keep it to around 10 to 15. It's obviously going to vary depending on how much budget you actually have available. But one thing to be cautious of is targeting more keywords than your budget can handle will slow the whole process down and lead to a lower overall pipeline conversion rate from your Google Ads. Because what happens is you basically spread a lot of budget over unproven keywords. And so it's just less effective. What you're going to want to do next, once you've done that, is set up offline conversion tracking. I cannot stress this enough. This is a non-negotiable. So with offline conversion tracking, you essentially send CRM lifecycle data like MQLs, SQLs, even closed one, back into your Google Ads platform. So you can actually see which keywords convert to pipeline. This is unbelievably important for getting the analysis phase of this play right. I would even say like 80% of prospects I audit still don't have this set up. And it's honestly one of the easiest wins to generate more pipeline from Google Ads. So once you've got that offline conversion tracking in place, now it's time to actually just run these paid search campaigns. You're going to start out with those high intent keywords. I'd recommend waiting somewhere in the region of 30 to 90 days before moving into the analysis phase, which is up next. The reason for that is B2Bs have fairly long buying cycles. You can be more like the 30-day range if you have a short buying cycle. If it's longer, then you can wait for the 90 days. But it's just going to give your deals enough time for sales to actually qualify or disqualify them and update their status in the CRM. From there, you're going to want to analyze the data. An SEO strategy should be built around the keywords with one, lowest keyword difficulty in Ahrefs or SEMrush. This is really, really important because those are going to be the easiest ones to capture, and also the highest conversion rate from click to pipeline in Google Ads. Typically, this is going to be the keywords with the lowest acquisition costs. If you want to get fancy, you can also have a look at like LTV CAC ratio by keyword to find out which one's the most profitable. So our content superstar, Kim, who runs all the B2B content for us here at KlientBoost, actually ran this exact process on our own website last year, analyzing performance marketing agency versus growth marketing agency versus demand generation agency. And we found that performance marketing agency had the highest conversion rate for us. So we built a content strategy around that and now rank in the top 3 for it on organic search. Next up, you can actually flip this whole process, this paid search validation engine on its head, and actually have organic search help improve paid search performance. It's best for companies with a mature SEO strategy where you're already ranking for a decent pool of keywords, but you want to analyze which pages with organic rankings are also converting to pipeline, but not being used in paid search. It's going to be much easier if you have a tool like Dream Data, but you can also do this with GA4, for example. So again, if you set up that offline conversion tracking, get those offline conversions piping into your GA4 account, you can also see which landing pages have the highest likelihood to convert to pipeline. And so once you've figured out which pages are converting, you can then take a look in your Google Search Console, start reverse engineering what keywords are actually associated with those pages. And then you can add these to your Google Ads testing engine to see how they perform against your current pool of high intent keywords. I would just make sure to send prospects to those proven high intent or high converting pages on organic instead of building out new ones. You really want to be as efficient as possible. I would say get the MVP up as quickly as possible, repurpose what you already have, and then start enhancing once you've already proven that it's going to deliver pipeline. Another little benefit is that by using some of these already proven organic pages, you're actually going to have higher quality scores on Google. So ads with higher quality scores on Google typically will get like 30 to 50% lower CPCs, which could mean that you're just able to drive down the overall pipeline acquisition costs from the Google Ads engine. And so with that, you can actually now move into an advanced retargeting strategy where you use paid search to re-engage high intent prospects from organic who haven't booked a call or signed up yet. The truth is, even the best landing pages have like 5 to 10% conversion rates. Some absolute world-class ones might have 10% plus, but that's pretty rare. And so that means that like 90 to 95% of searchers who visit the website are potentially in market, but not yet ready to engage. You can use paid search to say top of mind so that you're on their list of options as they build out that vendor list that they're then going to pitch to senior management. There's a few ways that you can do this. I would say my favorite way is something called RLSAs. So this means remarketing list for search ads. So you essentially build a campaign in Google Ads around your high intent keywords and then add an audience filter to only show those keywords to your retargeting pool. The benefit of having that kind of remarketing list filter, so you can also expand the targeting a little bit. So at this stage, we might throw in broad match targeting, for example, because the filter is going to counteract the poor quality that you might otherwise get from using a broad match filter. The second retargeting strategy is you can also run something like display or YouTube retargeting to just kind of promote branded content. If you're going to run this play, it can be really effective to use ad content that overcomes the most common objections sales gets in calls, or you can showcase the desired outcome most prospects are looking for. That can work really well too. With this, I tend to skew more towards YouTube, as you have the option to use non-skippable ad inventory, which is much better for building recall. And there is some really good data on this. I'll drop it in the follow-up video. Okay, so that was a ton of information. Let's wrap it up with the key takeaways for building an effective blended search strategy. So number one, build a Google Ads keyword validation engine to learn which keywords convert to pipeline. Number two, structure your SEO roadmap around keywords with proven buying intent. Number three, pull your existing top performing organic keywords into your paid search targeting to increase air cover on high value keywords. And then number four, run in-market retargeting to re-engage in-market buyers with display ads and YouTube. The truth is, brands winning long-term aren't choosing between paid search and organic search, or between social and search. They're using paid to validate what drives pipeline and accelerate pipeline, and then organic to build a compounding, predictable demand gen engine. That's everything from me. If you enjoyed watching or listening, make sure to hit like to show some love, subscribe to get notified when the next episode drops. That's also going to keep Kim happy, our content manager. And a quick little plug at the end here. We're currently running a 90-day SEO sprint for B2Bs where we'll run this exact playbook so you're generating more pipeline from paid ads and SEO. Follow the link in the description to book a call with one of our growth strategists if you want to learn more about that. Otherwise, thanks for listening, and I will catch you in the next one.